All right, so we had a little bit of comic news, entertainment news in general. Some pretty big stuff going on. One big thing that's going on is this Superman change-up. Not true. Turns out that was debunked. But this all started over this. He released some weird tweet where he has classical music playing and then he holds up a figure of Superman. I don't... that could mean anything. But apparently this led to this. About DC saying in some weird statement that no decisions have been made about upcoming Superman films. I mean, that's not really a big surprise. They can get away with just having him make appearances. I personally would like another Superman movie where he's more of the classic Superman. I'd like to see that, honestly. And I'm hoping we get it. But it's hard to say. But according to CBR anyway, some sources they have are saying that this is false. And negotiations are still ongoing. Let's be honest, they are going to pay him the money. I don't know how much money he's asking for. I'm sure they're going to hook him up. Because at this point, when you're already playing this universe, you can't just do that right away. They at least need to do one more Justice League movie with him. I'm hoping that he gets another film, though. But apparently this is false. This is false. So that's good. We all saw the outrage with the replacement that they had for him. So we'll see what happens. In other news, DC Comics gets a new president. Now, I looked into this woman. She's all business. She has no Twitter. She has no Facebook. And I know that's like, what does that even matter? Trust me, it matters. This woman has actually a very impressive resume of making money and expanding brands and pretty much being a actual business person. So this could be a good thing. This means Dan Didio doesn't hold the reins anymore as much as he might have before. So this could be good. DC has been making some weird decisions lately, and you know, we don't need to move along on this certain agenda path. So I think having a cutthroat business person in the saddle is a good thing. So hopefully it'll work out. I'm embracing the change because I think comics needs somebody to really whip it in shape. I mean, if you saw my Border Town review, you can already see that DC is going down a dark path. Now we need someone that say, hey, this crap ain't selling. We ain't doing any more of it. And I think that we might get that here. And more bad news from Marvel. They've rebooted the Miles Morales Spider-Man line. Not a big surprise. I knew that was coming back. He's getting another #1 because that's exactly what we need. The big thing here, though, is Brian Hill wrote the Spider-Man Miles Morales annual that came out like a month ago. And it's actually really good. And the guy's actually turned out to be a good writer. And it was kind of the thought processing of me and a few other people that he was going to get the Miles book. Well, he's not. Instead, Saladin Ahmed is getting the book. Now, if you have been watching my channel and other channels for a while, you know all about the crazy stuff that he's done. But setting that aside, him as a writer in general, his comics are boring. And the guy can't write action. And this is, you know, it's a Spider-Man book. Their spider characters are very like parkour, and they do a lot of aerodynamic stuff and agility. And if you've watched my Exile reviews, it like built up over 5 issues to getting to this big bad guy. And what happened for the big final battle? Literally square boxes of fists and a punching motion, and they attacked him. And that was it. It's not the first time I've seen him write like that. So what are you doing, Marvel? I actually like Miles, so I was hoping Brian Hill would have got this character, he would have got this book, and I would have been all for it. I would have been on board and on it. Now it's going to be a roast book probably. So that's great. Exactly what you needed, Marvel. Another roast book. On some good news, though, and bad, if you enjoy watching cringe comics get trashed by people, Kelsey Kane's Vision title has been canceled, and there's no reasoning. I guess 4 issues were pretty much written and done, and they're just like, nope, they're not coming. So I guess according to something I read on Bleeding Cool, that she's like kind of got some kind of gag on her. She can't talk about it. It's interesting. So I wonder what happened. This will be something to watch. You know that people in comics can't keep their mouths shut. So something's going to leak, and I potentially think we will find out what happened here. I'm generally very curious, because this would have been a terrible book. If you don't remember Chelsea Kane, she wrote the Mockingbird book that had the famous agenda shirt on the cover. And that book was a terrible pile of garbage. So what's going to happen here? I really can't wait to find out. I'm guessing she must have argued with somebody. Something happened for them to let her go. Because there's a lot of controversy that's swirls around Chelsea Kane with the whole CG stuff that's been going on. So we'll see. But it's weird that one smart business move gets made after 40,000 bad ones under C.B. Cebulski. There's a Batman script that's done, a first draft anyway. This is supposed to be a Batman solo story about a younger Bruce Wayne, more of like a year one take. That would be kind of dumb considering we already got that in Batman Begins. So I don't know what they're doing. I hope it's good. You're gonna have a tough act to follow. But I've said it a million times. You could do a really good Batman movie, and you don't need to spend that much money. Make it like a low-budget detective story. He doesn't even need fancy cars or anything. Like, just do a solid detective story showing Batman's detective skills. Have him hunt like a serial killer. I think that would do justice to the character finally, and really give us like an awesome story. Imagine like the movie Seven, right, with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. But you take that concept, and instead of the two cops, you have Batman. Now that would be a sweet movie. Admit it. If you're a fan of the character, I think you know what I'm talking about. So we also have some Titans news here. And apparently Jason Todd is in the show as well as Dick Grayson, and they're both Robin. Now, this was actually in the comics. I think it got written out of continuity. Dick Grayson was fired, but still left to go lead the Teen Titans, but kept the Robin name. And Jason Todd ended up getting the Robin name. And that for a time period, there were 2 Robins. It was confusing, and then he became Nightwing. Now, this got changed over time. I'm surprised that that's in here. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that they were going to go that route. I still have my reservations about this show. They released the first cast photo. We have old emo Raven here. I don't know what's up with Beast Boy. Let's just give him green hair, I guess. I'm not even going to say anything about Starfire because of the channel. And Robin looks good, but the attitude's all wrong. The famous F Batman scene is still pretty fresh, and him stepping on people's necks and stuff. I just, that's not Robin to me. Dick Grayson is a happy, kind of go-lucky guy, ladies' man, smooth. He's like the James Bond of comics. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got today. Follow me over on Twitch, Yellowflash Comics. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff. Like and subscribe. All that fun things you can do to help the channel. Check out the Patreon. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.